Science has just announced the discovery of what may be the very first aliens that we have ever discovered. Here's the real talk on what's happening and why scientists are hesitantly excited about this. Researchers from the University of Cambridge used the James Webb Space Telescope to detect an unexpected and potentially groundbreaking biosignature on an extremely faraway planet named K218b. They believe that they may have just found the first evidence for life elsewhere in the universe. And it's all because of a common molecule here on Earth that they were able to identify in the atmosphere of a planet that far away. The researchers published their work in the journal Astronomy and Astrophysics on September 26th. But before we jump into what they found, let's quickly break down what the James Webb Space Telescope can actually do, and how the team was able to look at an incredibly faraway planet like K218b. The James Webb Space Telescope can see things that are extremely far away. It can detect light that is so far stretched out that it's no longer visible by the time it reaches us, shifting it back into the infrared spectrum where we can see it. This is how it can see really far away planets. The team wanted to look at K218b because it is one of the few planets we know of that might have a liquid water ocean. Now, in order to analyze the atmosphere of a planet that far away, we need to wait until it passes in front of its parent star. When the planet passes in front of its star, we can detect what part of the starlight gets blocked by the planet. By looking at the missing part of the light spectrum, we can learn what part of the light was absorbed by certain molecules in the planet's atmosphere. K218b orbits a red dwarf star about 1100 light-years away from Earth. Its parent star is much smaller than our Sun, and it's relatively close to the planet. Every 7 days, K218b passes in front of its parent star, and each time it does, the starlight passes through its atmosphere, giving scientists another chance to analyze its makeup. In 2020, when the planet was first discovered, scientists were able to detect water vapor in its atmosphere. But since then, researchers had questions. Is the water there because of some kind of geological activity? Is it raining or snowing? Or is the water coming from something else? To try and find answers, researchers turned to the James Webb Space Telescope. Using the incredible power of this telescope, the team was able to detect what kinds of light passed through K218b's atmosphere the next time it passed in front of its parent star. What they found was totally unexpected. There seemed to be an absorption feature in the data that indicated the presence of dimethyl sulfide or DMs on Earth. DMs is only produced by living things like phytoplankton in our oceans, so the detection of this molecule on a faraway planet was totally shocking. Researchers say that the amount of DMs they detected in K218b's atmosphere would be consistent with what we see in our own oceans here on Earth. Of course, we can't directly observe what's happening on K218b. It's just one tiny dot in our sky, even with the most powerful telescopes. So scientists have come up with creative ways to understand what might be happening there. By studying the atmospheres of exoplanets, researchers can look for what appears to be the building blocks of life. If we find these kinds of molecules on a planet, it gives us clues that maybe there is some kind of life there producing those molecules. Of course, it doesn't confirm life, but it is a great signpost that we should pay attention to. This is why the discovery of DMs was so exciting to researchers. But it's also important to remember that correlation does not equal causation. Just because two things are correlated does not mean that one is causing the other. If we find that a planet has DMs in its atmosphere, it might be there because of some kind of volcanic activity. There might be a non-biological process that we haven't thought of yet. This is why scientists are hesitant to say that they have definitely found aliens just yet. In a press release from the University of Cambridge, one of the researchers, Dr. said, "We have to be very careful not to overinterpret our results. There are other possible explanations for what we've seen, but the detection of DMs is intriguing and an unexpected bonus from our study." So far, no other biosignatures have been found on K218b. Besides the water vapor that was detected in 2020, scientists don't think there's anything else in its atmosphere that could have created this absorption feature that they saw, but they're keeping an eye on it. In a paper published in August of 2023, researchers pointed out that K218b might also have oxygen in its atmosphere. While this would obviously be huge news if confirmed, the team decided to hold off on making any final claims until future observations could check their results. It's also worth noting that K218b is not an Earth-like planet. It's actually much larger, about 40% bigger than Earth. It's also more massive than Earth, so it's likely that it would have a very different environment. The fact that this red dwarf star is so close to its planet means that K218b is tidally locked, meaning that one side of the planet always faces the star and the other side is in permanent darkness. Scientists think that there is an ocean on the side of the planet that faces the star, but it's not clear if there is any sort of life in it. One of the big questions about this discovery is whether the DMs in K218b's atmosphere is produced by life or by non-biological processes. If it is produced by life, it would be the first time we've ever found evidence for aliens. It would change our understanding of the universe forever. But we have to remember that science is a process. It takes time to collect data, analyze it, and then verify the results. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And in this case, it looks like the race is just beginning. The research team is already planning to conduct follow-up observations of K218b to try and verify their results. They hope to use the James Webb Space Telescope to look for DMs in the planet's atmosphere again next time it passes in front of its parent star. In a statement, one of the researchers said, "We'll keep watching K218b to see if we can confirm these signs of life. It's very exciting and an amazing opportunity. Who knows what else we might find?" The discovery of DMs in the atmosphere of a distant planet has captured the imagination of scientists and the public alike. While it's too early to say whether it's evidence of alien life, the possibility is certainly intriguing. As scientists continue to explore the universe and search for signs of life beyond Earth, discoveries like this one keep us hopeful that we're not alone. The search for extraterrestrial life is one of the most profound quests in human history. For centuries, humans have looked up to the stars and wondered if there is life out there beyond our planet. With the discovery of DMs on K218b, we may be one step closer to finding an answer. While it's important to approach this topic with a healthy dose of skepticism and caution, it's also important to remember that the unknown holds endless possibilities. Who knows what other discoveries await us in the vast expanse of space? Maybe one day we will find that we are truly not alone. What do you think about this discovery? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe and check out our other videos on the latest scientific discoveries. Thanks for watching.